through my nose and mouth, and I exhale CO2, which is thereby consumed by plants, recycled into oxygen, and I have a never-ending supply. You can get some of my stash for $1 million. Or you can just have your own. Like, right now. Whatever. I also had a 5-hour energy, which is awesome. Yeah, I got up this morning at like 6 to get on a plane, and you know, a cup of coffee would normally be a good thing, but airplane coffee, kind of suspect. Not a good idea. 5-hour energy, though. Wow. Really nice. A Mustang commercial for 5-hour energy? I love how you're all screaming, but you're like, yeah, I don't know how that would count. Have you seen the 5-hour energy commercials? Yeah. They are so weird. Guy gets up and he's got like bedhead going on. He's like, oh God, I hate mornings. I don't want to make coffee or pay $3 for it at Starbucks. Oh, 5-hour energy. I'm awake. Like instantly wakes him up. It doesn't work that way, people. It's called a digestive system. False advertising. Don't believe the hype. Just saying. Well, if it was anime, I mean, of course, they'd, have stars shooting out of their eyes. And, rainbows with little, fans going. Yes. Yeah.
So, my friend over here, it's her birthday today. She was wondering if we can do her a birthday shout out in Roy Mustang's voice. Please?
So, like in my voice?
Yes.
I love that. They're like, in Roy Mustang's voice, can you say, I'm like,
Okay,
in my voice. What's your friend's name? Leah! Happy birthday, Leah. I'm on fire for you. Wow, that was a lot of squealing going on over there. It'll be your birthday someday, too. I promise. Happens once a year. No tackling!
Yeah, you don't want to be glopped again by that girl.
You can try and glop me. It just never works out very well for the glopper. You guys have heard the glop story, right? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so first con I ever went to, I was with Kyle Abear, and I walked into the lobby of this hotel, and, Gumby was over in the corner, and Vegeta was talking to, Rainbow Bright, and the Mario Brothers were consulting with half of the Raccoon City Police Department, and I didn't know what was going on. And over by the elevators, a good 30 yards away, this girl spots me and her eyes go wide. And I just hear her go, and she just starts booking. And I'm with Kyle, and I'm like, Kyle. And she gets to me, and she leaves her feet. She goes, and I play football, so my reaction was like, oh, boom! I just dropped my shoulders, she goes, bam! When you see somebody like trip or fall, and everybody notices at the same time, and all the air goes out of the room, and everybody goes, oh! Travis is crazy. I was like, what are you doing? She was like, I'm trying to glop you. I was like, what's a glop? She's like, it's a tackle hug. I was like, that is not a hug. Put your little ears back on and get out of here, you little furry woodland creature. Very weird. Needless to say, don't glop me. I have reactions like my elbow and your nose. That sucks. Yeah, you don't want to glop me. All state, baby. Like 10 years ago. In the back, yes. Yeah.
What was your favorite show to do, and how fun? What show was the most funnest for you, and why?
I don't know. They're all fun. Superhero Squad's a lot of fun because we actually get to record together as a cast. Like it's a half circle in the room, so we all have our own microphones. So it's kind of like doing a staged reading, which is cool in and of itself, but we've got all these grown people making these little strange character voices, and it sounds like an insane asylum. You know, we've got people that sound like me going, "Ah, I sound like Wolverine," and you know, other people that are doing this Murdoch voice, and I'm over here going, "Oh, Hulk smash! I like rubber duckies," you know. And there's 9 grown people doing this and talking to each other and, you know, doing all sorts of movements while it's going on. And like the first day I was in there, I was like, what crack is being filtered into this room?
Oxygen and CO2.
It's very strange. That's a lot of fun to do. Random anime shows where you can be as silly as possible, those are also fun as well. There are some awesome characters in Naruto that are coming up. some enemies that I can't mention that are so much fun to play. I'll just leave it at that. Ooh, yes.
Do you love dogs?
I love dogs! Gets them every time.
So I know you do a lot of the voice acting for anime, but I've also seen you do acting like movie
Like
acting.
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 Like real acting. I will kill
Where you
you.
actually show your face.
Right.
Like secondhand lines, and I saw you in Nip and Tuck.
Yes, Snip Tuck. Oh, yeah.
I gotta say, you look good in dress.
Thank you. I make a very pretty woman. I played a character named Big Jane in Nip Tuck.
And you look next to us.
I'm 6'4", and I had 4-inch heels, so that made me 6'8". And I had strawberry blonde hair and a very nice chest. It was awesome.
My favorite part was you didn't even have a girly voice, you just had your regular voice.
Yeah, dude, I sounded like me. Total makeup, though. I couldn't walk in heels. How girls walk in heels? I don't know. Seriously, it's impossible. I had 2 people on either side of me in case, you know, King Kong fell over, because steps especially,
I know.
I couldn't go anywhere. It's horrible. My hat's off to you ladies, yes, in the production, yes.
As condom, they call me Shorty.
Shorty. Little bean sprout. Go make you some pancakes. Yes, you are, Ed. Microscopic.
The other catfish sushi
Oh.
are the jello pudding snacks.
Oh,
or
God.
the spam.
Stop! Okay, jeez. There's like 3 nasty things I've eaten. She asked which was worse, the cuttlefish sushi that I had in Japan, the rotten jello that tried to assassinate me, or the, what was the third one? Oh gosh, the spam sushi in Hawaii. The spam sushi actually isn't that bad, because, you know, spam's like
Horrible.
substitute meat, you know, it's, you think it's awful, but it's actually not. That's probably the scariest part. Yeah, the jello that had a field of grass growing on top of it was just gross. I tried to scrape my tongue out with a fork and then burn it. But the cuttlefish, O-M to the G, it was so bad. Cuttlefish is like this deep ice water squid, whatever, and it's real rubbery in the first place, right? So you can't chew through it very well. It tastes like an old leather shoe. And on top of that, they put salted fish innards on top of it. Fish guts!
That must be
It took me 3 minutes and 43 seconds to eat one little piece of it. We played this thing called Sushi Roulette when we were in Japan, and all the cast members picked the person to your right. You picked what they had to eat. Yeah, I got screwed. I was definitely the worst. What's that? Who did pick it? I picked Laura's. Laura picked Troy's, and Troy picked mine. Yeah, that jackass. It was awful. Absolutely awful. I sat there for 2.5 minutes and finally pushed it as far as I could away from my tongue so I wouldn't taste it. So I had this huge ball sticking out of my mouth. They're like, just swallow it. I'm like, I can't! So a friend of mine was like, just, you know, try and wash it down and, you know, just swallow it. And the second that I poured liquid into my mouth, it mixed the taste even more. And you literally saw my stomach come up into my eyes. And I had to hold it back with my arms like, oh! Oh.